we're gonna talk about what those are. So we just kind of just said it, they're if-then statements. Can somebody share with us your statement that you wrote? Go ahead.
If I eat more meals, then I'll gain more muscles while working out.
Okay. Go ahead.
If I open my books up, when I get to the wall, the farther.
Okay, that's good. Yes.
If I run 3 miles every day, then I will improve my cardiovascular endurance.
Okay, I like that one. We're gonna use that one. You all right with me using that one today? Okay, so if I run 3 miles, then I will improve my cardiovascular, big word. You said endurance? Okay. This is the sentence we're going to use today for our lesson. So conditional statement. It's an if-then statement. We say that the if is the hypothesis. And we say the then is the conclusion. So we take his statement here. What would the hypothesis be in this statement? Yes. Yes, I run 3 miles. All right. When we state the hypothesis, we don't use the if, or we don't put that in there. If I'm stating the conclusion or the then, I'm just going to state it's that I will improve my cardiovascular endurance. If you were asked what the conclusion is. Now, when we're using letters, we generally let the letter P stand for the hypothesis or the if part, and the letter Q represent the then part. So if you would see, if P, then Q, that's just our basic conditional statement with a little arrow in the middle there. All right, we're going to go through 3 types of statements that kind of go along with our conditional statement. The first one is called the converse. The converse is simply if Q, then P. So basically all that means is we're going to take our original conditional statement and we are going to flip-flop the if and the then. So can somebody tell us what our new statement would be if we're saying what is the converse of if I run 3 miles, then I will improve my cardiovascular endurance? Go ahead.
Would it be, I will improve my cardiovascular endurance by running 3 miles a day?
Okay, now remember we got to keep the words if and then in our sentence.
So, if,
You had the right order. Just try and incorporate those 2 words. And you may have to change the verb tense.
then, if I want to improve my cardiovascular endurance, then I'll run 3 miles a day.
There you go. Okay, so our converse, if I want to improve my cardiovascular endurance, then I will run 3 miles. So you may have to, as you're manipulating the sentence, you may have to adjust the verb tense or just to make it sound correct. Okay, so it is a little bit of an English lesson today that we're doing. All right, converse, everybody good with converse? Okay, our second one is called the inverse. The inverse is the negation of P, then the negation of Q. The negation of P, then the negation of Q. Do we all know what negation means? So the negation of yes would be
No.
no.
No, swap.
The negation of I ran is I did not run. So basically we're adding the word no or not or didn't. Okay, so if I'm doing the inverse of P, then the inverse of Q, well, P is if I run 3 miles, well, I'm gonna change that to if I did not run 3 miles, then the negation of Q, so then I will not improve my cardiovascular endurance. So again, inverse, negation of P, then the negation of Q. Everybody good with that? We've got one more that we talk about in our conditional statements, and the last one is called the contrapositive. The contrapositive says the negation of Q, then the negation of P.
So that's pretty much Q, E, but opposites.
Yeah, so it'd be like taking the converse and negating each of those statements. Anybody want to try and do that for us, the contrapositive, what that statement would look like? Go ahead.
If I don't want to improve my cardiovascular endurance, then I won't run 3 miles.
There you go. If I don't want to improve my cardiovascular endurance, then